Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I want to talk about hobbies. Introduce my hobby. Hi guys, my name is Mufidatun Wafiq. I'm studying in Sunan Ampel State Islamic University, Surabaya. I want to tell you about my hobby. Maybe my hobby doesn't interest you, but I feel that it makes me not bored with the many college assignments given. Okay, my first hobby is reading webtoons. Why I like reading webtoons? Because I think the webtoon story can makes me imagine the real situation. The second is very interesting pictures and then interesting writing. So, webtoons is interest story to read. I have genre favorite and I often read it. My genre favorite is fantasy, horror, and romance. Okay, I will tell it about my genre favorite with one by one. The first genre is fantasy. I like fantasy because make the mind imaginative and of course a fun story. Example story this one. The story tells about love and friendship. Ran is a teenage boy who was chosen to be Ignite's foster mother. From inside the large egg emerged a young man named Eggy who was innocent and childish. The love dilemma between Ran, Eggy, and Olive, Ran's close friends from childhood, got them involved in a love triangle. Over time, Ran became accustomed to Eggy's presence and made Danny interested in investigation the origins of the Ignite, which was also the cause of the death of Ran's parents. So actually, this story like imaginary story that cannot happen in the real world because it is impossible for humans to be born from eggs. It can be right. The second genre is horror. I like genre horror because it makes me trigger and adrenaline, anxiety and fun. Example story this one. The title is Killstagram. Sorry. There is a woman named Doremi. Doremi is a famous celegram, but lately there have been rumors that many celebrams have suddenly disappeared. Gia, Remi's friend, has repeatedly reminded her not to upload anything on Instagram anymore. But Remy didn't want to listen, and in the end, the both got angry with each other. Unbeknownst to Remy that this is the last meeting with his best friend. That next Gia is Scarlet and the assassins that then targets Remy. So this story tells about a murderer who is looking for a target through Instagram media. The third genre is romance. I like romance because makes me feel melting and excited. Example study this title. The title is Joyful Delight. Gio or Joy is manager in a company and he is known to be fierce and bitchy. In all her life, Joy has never felt in love. One day, Joy is suddenly proposed to by a man named Aidan, a handsome-looking chef just like her dream. With Aidan, Joy falls in love for the first time. However, Joy's love story doesn't run smoothly like the story in a novel or FTV. Because Aidan suddenly disappears and Joy feels herself being hanged. My second hobby is reading Wattpad. Wattpad stories that I like are more Islamic because from the story there are many lessons that can be taken such as how to be a real Muslim woman. And in my opinion, having knowledge must be balanced. The example, this one. The story is about Aisha never thought that she had been blinded by the name of love. The number of months He left with his lover Aggie. It turned out to be bitter and hard in Aisha's heart. Aisha slumbered again and closed herself more. He didn't know what sins he had ever committed so that he accepted such a trial. Or is this a trial for someone who immigrated from a religion that does not know Allah? Aisha continued to lament what had happened to her. She felt too stupid to forget that Allah would be angry with her. Okay, that is my hobby that I do in my leisure time, and I'm sorry if my conversation is still bad because I'm also still learning. And thank you guys. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.